Hey after school, I hope you're all doing well. Today I'm going to teach you how to make sock bunnies. So for supplies, you're going to need a sock. You're going to cut this sock up, so make sure you have permission from your parents to use an old sock, or if you have any new ones you haven't used yet. You'll need something to fill the sock with. I am using this pebbly stuff that I use to plant cactuses in pots, but you could use dry rice, dried beans, lentils. You could use dirt from outside, or if you even had stuffing, you can really use it with anything you'd like. Something dry. And then scissors, something to make the facial features, so I'm using buttons for the eyes and nose, a Sharpie or a marker, and some glue, and ribbon, and just 1 or 2 elastics, rubber bands. So if you don't have rubber bands, you could use string. There's a lot of ways to substitute the materials here, but most importantly, a sock and something to fill the sock with. So to start, I have sort of a long sock, and I don't want a very, very tall bunny, so I'm actually just going to cut the top of this sock off. Oops. So using my scissors, just cutting a straight line across. And I'm just going to get rid of this top part of the sock. We don't need it anymore. So I put my filler material into a jar so that it would be easier to fill up my bunny. Put the top of the sock right over the jar. I'm going to hold it on, and I'm just going to shake some of that right in there. This way we don't make a huge mess and spill a lot of it. I just put in a little bit more than I think I need, so I'm going to transfer some of it back while it's still connected, and then pull the sock off the jar and sort of shake it down. Alright. Looks pretty good. So once you have it settled, a nice little blob in your sock, you're just going to take the top and take one of your rubber bands. I'm using a very thin one, and you're just going to loop that rubber band over the top. So this top part right here is going to become the ears of the bunny, and the rest is the body and the head. To separate the body from the head, you can use another rubber band and put it around to make that difference, or I'm just going to go and do it with a ribbon. If you use a rubber band, you're going to tie a ribbon over it anyways, and that's going to be the little bow for the bunny. So you're just tying right around, maybe 2/3, half the way to 2/3 up. And you're just going to tie a nice little bow. You want to make it sort of tight so you can see the head as a separate segment from the body. Alright. So there we go. Now my bunny is starting to take shape. We have the body, the head, and the bow around the neck. Alright. The next step is going to be to cut the ears. So you're going to just flatten this out and take your scissors, and you're going to cut a line just right down the middle to separate this one part into 2 ears. And it can help, because it's stretchy, it can help to kind of pull it tight. Cut all the way, or pretty close, you don't have to get all the way, but pretty close down to that rubber band. And then this part's optional, but if you'd like, you can also round out the edges using your scissors so that those ears have a little bit more of a round kind of bunny ear shape. Alright, so just cutting off the corners. So there you can see this side is looking a little bit more like a bunny ear. I'm going to do the same thing over here. Alright, and then depending on how you'd like it, you can leave the ears up, you can flop them down, You can unfold them, sort of like mine sticking up. And then the last thing that you're going to do is just add the facial features. So I'm using a couple of buttons for the eyes and nose. So this is when you have your glue. You're just going to put a small amount of glue. Okay, now I have to find the button. Oh, there it is. Alright, try that again. Take your button. You're going to put a small amount of glue on the back of the button. And put it right on where you want the eye. It's okay if you can see some of the glue because it's going to dry clear. Same thing with the other button. Okay, and that's going to be a little bit delicate until the eye is dry. And lastly, I'm doing a little teeny tiny yellow button for the nose. Alright, there's my bunny. And one thing, if you have little pom-pom balls at home, I unfortunately don't have any here, but if you have pom-poms at home, you can glue a little fluffy white pom-pom on the back, and that's going to be your bunny's tail. But if not, you can just stick with decorating the face. On this one, you'll see I used a Sharpie to draw the mouth right underneath the nose so that he's got a little smile. You can do that as well, but you're going to need to wait until your glue dries so you don't knock your nose off. You can also use felt or a sock of a different color if you'd like to cut out a little semicircle to make the belly a different color and glue that on. And you can use felt for the eyes and nose as well. So that's it. Here are my little bunny friends. I hope you had fun doing this activity. Feel free to send over some pictures of your bunnies as well. Have an awesome afternoon. Bye guys.